Guys Huddle.
This is another episode of the Guys Huddle. Here with me today is special guest EB. How we doing today, man?
How are we doing? I'm doing good, man. What's up?
What you excited for today?
I'm excited to talk about the best players in the NFL on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Just excited to see what's going to come for this next season, who we think's going to be the best, who's not.
It's going to be a great episode, a lot of great content. Big Timmy, we know you always got something smart to say, but what we got today, man?
Hey, I'm not going to say anything about that. But, always got something smart to say. And my favorite thing to probably talk about today is probably going to be the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
Okay.
I got to make sure I keep wet notebook paper out of the picture.
Well,
if anybody don't know who that is,
we
that's
just going to go ahead and skip Big Timmy there. He's already on it. How we doing, Trey? What you excited for today?
I'm good. My favorite position is the running back. I'm excited to talk about the running backs.
Okay.
Oh, we had to say our favorite position. Okay, I'll do wide receivers.
Okay.
Oh, that only leaves one more. Ryan must be a tight end guy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we're going to get started here. Just want to let everybody know we do got our full content on YouTube. Those are getting pushed out about every 2 days for the video and audio content, so bear with us there. We're getting a great turnaround. We finally got some great guys, behind the scenes here. So be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon as well. And be sure to check out our TikTok for really great content.
He said finally got we ain't been on here since day one. Trey.
No, we got some great guys and behind the scenes as far as editing goes. Shout out.
I just gotta give you crap, all the time.
Shout out to Kevin Matthias, our editor. He's been doing a great job for us, so we definitely appreciate all the work there. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna just jump right into it. What I mean by that is top 5 quarterbacks. And you know what? Just because I want to bring the heat today, Trey, we're gonna start with you today.
I got Mahomes at number 1. Easy.
I feel like everybody should have Mahomes.
The way we're going to do this here, just so we get everybody's take a little bit differently, this is what our NFL special is going to be today, so it's all going to be all football for the whole hour here. We're going to go one by one, each person as far as what their top 5 is. You're going to name one, and after we get through, we'll go 2 and such forth. So Trey's got Mahomes. Go ahead, Big Timmy.
I feel like we should do our 5. You want to go each?
I do, because I want to see how they're each ranked.
My number 1's Mahomes, too.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's pretty clear.
I mean, it's pretty easy. You really,
that's pretty unanimous.
Just to confirm for all our viewers, we're talking about 2023 season going into, not all time.
Yeah, I'm talking current and forward. That's what my rankings are.
Mine's Mahomes too. So number 1's pretty easy.
Oh, you didn't have Lamar. That was shocking.
Yes. All right. Anyways,
I got Burrow in my number 2.
Burrow.
Yeah, I got him. Him and Hurts are pretty exchangeable, but I got Burrow at 2 just for the fact that I think he had more touchdowns overall. He's a bigger contributor to his team. I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts just developed because his offense developed, and I get Burrow has a stacked offense himself, but I think Burrow makes the team. I don't think Hurts makes the team.
Right. I'd be interested to see what they look like in a subpar offense. Not taking anything against them, but the Eagles and the Bengals have a great offense.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like if you flop them, they both still be really good.
Well, yeah, you flop
that's
them
why
in
I
their
think they're
offense.
very
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you just take one and put it on the other team,
But
I
if
feel
you
like they're that close.
To put in the mindset how good Patrick Mahomes is, I think if you take somebody like either Jalen Hurts or
Joe Burrow
or Joe Burrow, I don't think it's as consistently good.
Yeah, that's why I got them at
because
exchangeable 2 and 3.
Now, Patrick Mahomes has a great arm. He has one of the best. But Burrow, I don't think Burrow can make half the passes that Patrick Mahomes can barely with a flick of the wrist.
Well, why we think Mahomes is the best as part of a reason is because how proven he is. He's already
so quick.
He's already won 2 Super Bowls.
I mean, Joe
young.
Yeah, and Mahomes lost his first one, didn't he?
No,
he won his first one against the 49ers.
Yeah, for some reason, I thought he played Brady in his first one, but he didn't.
He tries to forget about that second one.
I know he does. That defense was killing him.
I mean, it wasn't on him. I mean, he was making unbelievable throws.
Yeah.
It was the offensive line, really, to be honest. That's why they got rid of their whole offensive line after that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, Big Timmy, who do you have number 2?
I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts.
Okay, that's respectable.
Absolutely. I mean, what he's done was his second year running the team.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they went out and got the pieces, but like we were saying earlier, the Bengals got good pieces too. It's not like they got bad pieces.
Yeah, shout out to Howie over there in the Eagles.
He built something.
That man knows how to build a team.
He does. Like, as much as I hate to say it, Vaughn is going to be going crazy when he hears this episode. But, like, the Eagles get it done on pieces. They go get who they need to go get.
Also, side note, they know how to get rid of garbage too. Somehow it always ends up on my team.
Yeah, no.
Except for the new head coach that we got. I think he's going to be good. But
said
Frank
every-
Reich,
He said every once in a
the
while.
rest of them,
He's all the garbage.
Nick
You can find
Foles,
something nice.
Gardner Minshew is probably not going to be that great. So, I mean, he's a good backup, but somehow we always end up with it. Never fails.
Right.
Right.
Who you got, EB?
So at my number 2, people seem to forget Josh Allen. And the reason why I go Josh Allen too is because when you talk about an arm like Mahomes and you talk about picking up yards like Hurts on the ground, he's that one guy. He can do that, and I think it's hard for him to get over the hump. I think that's why people are sleeping on him.
Yeah,
He's still
that's the only
best.
reason he's not my top
Yeah,
two.
but he's still, as far as skilled and who I want out there, if I'm going to pick a quarterback besides Mahomes, I'm going to put him at 2. And a little spoiler, just over Hurts for now because I need to see more, even though Hurts did his thing in
I
the
was
Super
like,
Bowl.
yeah,
and
Hurts
the
did go to the
playoffs.
Super Bowl. Yep. And that's-
Yep.
I'm gonna have to not necessarily disagree, but obviously this is each of our own top 5. So I'm gonna have to go Joe Burrow,
Ooh.
number 2. As much as I hate that man, we got to play him twice a year.
I'd hate him too if I had to pay him.
I
twice a year,
like
so.
cringe every time we got to play the Bengals. It's always a close game. Don't get me wrong,
Oh, exactly.
but like when you got those wide receivers out there and that man can sling the ball.
Hey, Ty Huntley almost beat him, so hopefully, you know.
Well, our defense.
You
That,
might
that
just
was
need
a
to keep
defensive
him.
game. Well, I mean, we'll give credit to where credit's due, but that's on the defense credit.
I remember
You're
the
gonna get
Bengals
rated.
Super Bowl year. They beat you by 40 twice.
Yeah.
And who
we
do
also
you have
rookie
at
chase.
quarterback?
we didn't have Lamar.
I get it, but they did 40 ball y'all twice.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Anyways.
I got
We'll
Hurts
go
at
with
third. I think him and Burrow are exchangeable.
that. Okay.
It's
okay.
just, I did say he's always had talent, and I don't know what he would do without the talent. Because when he only had Devontae Smith, he was still all right. But the leap he took this past year and what it looks like going forward, running the ball, and he's not Lamar with running the ball. He only gets 3 to 5 yards, but he does
Has
it
he-
so like you can't deny him a couple yards. And that's what football games have come down to, is a couple yards. And he
Right.
gets those couple yards.
Also, has
every
he been
time.
a starter for 2 full years now, or is it half a year? I think it was half a year and then a year.
2.5. Yeah.
2.5.
It's been 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5.
Because they
He
still
relieved Carson Wentz.
Yeah, because Carson Wentz was still like kind of there, but kind of not. They
And
weren't sure what
mid-season,
they were
Hurts
doing.
took over.
I thought Minshew took over for some reason.
No, Hurts took over mid.
And then he
that
started
year.
doing bad, and then they put Hurts in. I thought.
Yeah. No, I think they just.
I'm not
dropped Hurts
sure
right
off the top
into
of my
it
head, but yeah.
off of Carson Wentz, and then they traded you guys Carson Wentz. So then he took over
Like I
that.
said, we're
full
good at getting their
last-
garbage.
Full, not this past year, but the one before, and then this past year, you seen what happened.
All right, Big Timmy.
And I have Joe Burrow at 3.
Okay. Any supporting facts there, or just?
I mean, him and Jalen Hurts have done a lot of the same things. Joe Burrow got injured his first year. He was on pace to probably win Rookie of the Year when he got hurt if Herbert didn't win it.
sure.
I will say, if Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt, Jamar Chase does not play for the Bengals.
No, not at all.
So that was probably a blessing in disguise on
Yeah,
that end.
definitely.
Honestly,
was.
everything happened for a
Um,
reason.
Yeah, I just think that he's going to be 3. Those are so interchangeable though, so it's like
Super
Right
Bowl your
there.
true rookie year.
Right, so at 3, I gotta go Hurts, like I said, and the reason, kind of to piggyback off what Trey said, I mean, he's a great runner. From year 1 to year 2 was like so incredible. I can't remember the last time I saw that kind of leap from year 1 to year 2 from a quarterback. And the thing is, he tied the rushing Super Bowl record for touchdowns. So you can always say that, like in year 2 you did that. Are you kidding me? You didn't get the job done, but you did that. So, and to have the best record in the league too for almost all the season. So that's why he's number 3 for me.
Okay. I got this one.
I know it's coming.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, it's going to be there though. I know it's going to be there.
I got Jalen Hurts as well, simply because he did make it to the Super Bowl. I think him and Burrow are, like I said, very interchangeable with what you guys said. They both made it to the Super Bowl. They both made it to the big game. They didn't win it, but they made it to the big game. So simply that reason is why I put him over my next pick, but we'll get to that. So go ahead, Trey. Who you got?
This is where I think Josh Allen comes in for me at 4, simply because, like I said, I'm going off today in the future. And last year he had a rocky year with turnovers, fumbling, and interceptions.
Led the league.
Yeah, he was turning the ball over a lot. 2 years ago, I was preaching he was better than Pat Mahomes. I'm a big Josh Allen fan,
So
but
you
last
don't
year,
think he can get over that one bad year when he was
yeah,
just almost on Pat Mahomes' level? You don't think
Yeah,
just
for
1
sure.
year he can turn that back
for
around?
sure, that's why I still got him top 5 for sure.
I
I just think with what it looks like in the future and what they just put up last year, Burrow and Hurts, I got above him. But
The
I don't,
AFC
that-
looks
that-
nasty.
yeah, the NFC top 5
God.
quarterbacks, there's a couple in there that look sad. Like Jordan Love is a possibility for a top 5 NFC quarterback. It's sad over there. AFC has them all.
Well,
got
Jared
Josh Allen
Goff
at 4.
might even slide in there.
See, if we're saying that, then that just shows you
It's
what's
tough
going
for
on over
quarterbacks,
there.
Yeah.
but it's a skilled NFC outside of quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they got a lot of
Don't
skilled
sleep on
players.
the Lions.
Yeah.
I know, man.
Okay, Patrick.
I also have Josh Allen as my 4th, and the reason being is all of the other players have won a Super Bowl or have gotten to the Super Bowl. I feel like he's going to be able to make that jump. I think they need to get I know they've already got 2 running backs. I think they need to get a solid down-for-down back instead of getting all these people that are good at this and then good at that. I think they need a workhorse to help them out because think about Joe Burrow has Mixon. Kansas City has a couple of them that can do that because that rookie that just had Pachenko, he's a beast.
Oh,
he's
a
going to be.
That was a
monster.
steal.
Yeah, and then the Eagles had Miles Sanders, and they still have the Giant Killer, and I think they're going to draft a running back as well.
I told you 2 years ago. I said Christian McCaffrey is injury prone, and he would go for a steal for draft picks right now. The Bills need to target him. He said, I don't think the Bills can afford him. I said, when a player is injury prone in the NFL, they go for
You can
cheap.
afford him.
Yeah, and what the Niners trade, a couple 4th, 5th, 6th round pick.
Unless his name's
Absolute
Lamar
steal.
Jackson, then he wants
and
$200
the
million
Bills could have
guaranteed.
gotten that running back.
That's basically for peanuts for
Yeah.
a CMC. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
he's
me?
I'll wait for the running back rankings.
Right.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we're just gonna discard that comment for now. We'll get into
He
that.
said everybody's injury prone gets to get bought at a discount price. I said except for Lamar Jackson, he needs $200 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
All right, Evie.
Okay. So my number 4 would have to be Joe Burrow. And the reason why he's number 4 is because he's on that level as the other guys I've mentioned. He's went to the Super Bowl already. He has a great team around him. And I think he's one of those guys, if you took him and put him on another team, he could be just as successful as he is now. And I know that might be bold because he has his LSU teammate Jamar and T. Higgins and Joe Mixon, but I think he's like that Peyton Manning of today's league, you know what I mean? And I
Okay.
just
So then
that's why
Mahomes
he's-
is probably
So,
Tom Brady at
so
that point.
I just have
though,
a
huh?
quick question. I'm going to touch on that. So if he's the Peyton Manning in the league, where do you rank Josh Allen? Then? Like,
He put Josh Allen at 2.
no, I know what he did, but
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
asking if he's Peyton Manning. Then what is
Josh
he?
Allen is
Josh
a-
Allen's
he's
like
a
a Brett
prototype.
Josh
Favre.
Allen is a prototype, a white man that can run and pass like that. How many of those do you know?
No, I was just curious on your rankings because one had made it to the Super Bowl. And
Hey,
one
I know
hadn't,
there's
so
one
that's
coming
why
up
I
in
was
the
just
draft.
asking.
Oh, but like, yeah, Josh Allen hasn't made it to the Super Bowl, but
He does always
Josh Allen is
lose to.
he's that caliber kind of player.
He seems to always lose to a Tom
Joe?
Brady.
No, you're good. I just
Yeah.
wanted to know.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
right.
I just needed to know for that.
Yeah.
Number 4 I have is Josh Allen. So simply because he hasn't made it to the big game. So that's my statistics for there. So go ahead. Sure, we got this is gonna be an interesting round.
Yeah, this is my favorite pick in the quarterbacks. I have Trevor Lawrence, the 5th best in the league, because like I said, I'm going
Don't
off
choke over there.
today. I'm going off right now
What?
and in the future.
Hey, he made the
Who-
playoffs.
Who in the room
And he
laughed
beat
when
the
they signed
Chargers.
Christian Kirk? Who in the room laughed when they was like, "Ha ha, Christian Kirk got a payday"?
No, I like Chris.
Now-
Brown.
now
I,
he's
I
a-
like Christian Kirk.
People was making fun of his payday, talking about Christian Kirk.
He balled out over
and
in
he's a
Arizona.
wide receiver 1. Trevor Lawrence is going to take an even bigger leap.
and
in
they're
year
about
3.
to get
Calvin Ridley.
back.
He's
As long
going
as
to
he quits gambling.
He's going to take a bigger leap. He went from year 1 to year 2 and took a big leap. He's going to take a bigger one this year. He's got a playoff win. The people I have below him, people like Tua and Justin Herbert and Lamar, they all have 1 or less playoff wins. I think Trevor Lawrence is the 5th best quarterback in the league.
I was about to tell you that he has as many wins as Lamar has in the playoffs, but I didn't
All
want to hurt
right,
your
listen.
feelings.
Come on, Big Timmy. Get into your. You'll get to your thing. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm getting to it.
All right,
You're going to be
but-
upset because I
all
got
right.
the same exact thing.
All right,
Trevor Lawrence.
Okay,
Yeah.
supporting facts. Any of them? Any supporting facts?
He's won one playoff game.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm asking.
And did you not see how he won that playoff game? You not see how many points they were down? I thought for sure because I bet money on the Chargers. I was about to win a big payday, and I turn around and look at the TV later on, I was like, yep, I'm done betting for the rest of the year.
Okay. So, Evie.
Okay. This is definitely Lamar Jackson, number 5. And
We appreciate all the love there.
yes, sir.
We know on the other side of the table, there's a bunch of hate over there.
Yeah,
You guys
there's-
can have all the haterade
there's-
over there.
There's a bunch of hate over there, and we talk about all these guys, and we're talking about how proven they are, what they've done. He's made the playoffs. Of course, he didn't last year. He was hurt for most of the season. He's an MVP, and his record when he is playing is awesome. Of course, he only has one playoff win, but like I always say, he still has so much time to develop
For sure.
his whole game. So that's easy.
I got him at
5.
6 if it helps.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. The amount of
My
disrespect
top 6.
I got
that
him
is
at 7.
coming from that side of the table.
I got him at 7.
Okay. All right. So Evie already gave his pick. You already know where we're coming. Lamar Jackson's number 5. Put some respect on
Yes,
his name.
sir.
Put some respect on it.
Hey, look, I'll put respect on his name as soon as the Ravens respect him, all right?
Listen, for those of you who don't know, he just got offered $200 million guaranteed. I don't know what the other extent of the contract is, but that'll be coming out shortly. See if he signs it or not.
If he doesn't take it, he feels disrespected.
Lamar, if he is playing for the Ravens, I don't know what kind of deal. Hopefully it's a long-term one. He's going to ball out this year, especially for all the hates he's already got. I promise you. You
Until
heard it here
about
first. This is going to be Lamar's
week
best season.
12, he's going to tear his ACL and be
This
done
is
for
going to
the
be
season.
Lamar's best season. Big Timmy, I'm done talking to you about Lamar.
No.
I'm totally
You got to
done.
deal with me, bro. You
Listen,
put me on this. You
I-
got to deal with me.
I got Lamar above some people, man. Just not the top 5.
Right.
So y'all think that Trevor Lawrence will have a better season this year than Lamar Jackson, correct?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
I would
He
like,
might not
I would like
have-
to
it's
revisit this.
for those you don't know, EB will be on plenty of future podcasts. as
Yeah,
a
Ryan
special
needs
guest.
someone to back him up. He
And
feels
we're gonna
lonely
relate
over
back
there.
to this,
Let's
like I said in the
revisit this.
episodes before.
He might not have a better touchdown, or he might have more picks, or he might not have
Come
as
on,
many
man.
rushing yards, but he
Who
will
has a
have a
better
better
season?
overall team successful season. I
So
think the
you're saying right
Jags
now,
will- I think the
Jacksonville is going to have a better season than Baltimore.
Jacksonville will probably win their division and probably a playoff game. Baltimore's
Well, it's
gonna-
not going to be hard to win their division.
I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah,
well,
I
if
know.
the Ravens
You-
go and
you
start
guys are gonna
picking
have
up
a struggle
players,
to make the
don't
playoffs
Keep that same
regardless.
energy. when
Regardless,
if the Ravens pick anyone up.
yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying is the Ravens, regardless of
They
what
said they
do,
can't afford nobody
their
else. I don't think
division's
they're picking
tough.
anybody else up.
Our division
So,
is.
yeah,
So
your
question.
division's tough. So making the
Right, dude.
playoffs is already tough.
I do have a question. So hypothetically speaking, if we have the same record and you win the, we'll just say we're 12. We'll just say midseason.
Said 12 wins. That was
We'll just say we're
funny.
7-8 wins, whatever it is, and we'll just say we don't got any losses, right? And we'll say Jacksonville is 4-3, but they're winning their division. Are you considering them to be more successful?
No, but if they win a playoff game,
No, I'm
whatever
just
happened-
asking.
No,
I
not
just
that
wanna
point.
know.
But
Yeah.
if they win a playoff game and y'all don't, that's a better season. He
Oh,
had a better
of
season.
course, yeah. I
that's
mean,
all-
that's a better
all I'm
season.
saying. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
they have
not
a better
arguing
shot
that
at winning
fact.
the
I just
playoffs.
want to make sure we was under the same impression. We know one of the hardest divisions in the league is the AFC North.
It's a hot
Sure.
take, but
Pretty-
Doug Peterson is one of the best coaches out there. He just got screwed in Philadelphia because Carson Wentz was hot garbage.
Oh, yeah.
I just think he'll have a better season
But,
overall than
Trey,
Lamar.
are you saying the Jaguars are going to do better in the postseason than the Ravens, or are you saying Trevor Lawrence is better than Lamar Jackson?
I'm saying both. I think Trevor
Oh.
Lawrence,
Except both of them.
like as a quarterback, Lamar's good. He's great skill, but like it doesn't always translate to success.
He's like half the people on ESPN. It's okay. It's okay. Well, okay, so we're going to transition
Skip
over here.
Bayless.
I know we could sit here and talk all day about Lamar. I especially could, but we're going to transition over here. We're going to go running backs.
I got CMC number 1. Easily.
You got CMC number 1?
Especially after coming back from an injury, dude. He was the best running back last year. 49ers didn't lose a game for what? How long after they got him? They
It
were
was-
undefeated
it
for
was
how long?
quite
Till
some
the
time.
playoffs? Till the playoffs, maybe?
I mean, I know, but you got him number 1?
yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else is.
Respectable. I'm not going to hate. I'm just asking.
I just feel like the running back position was wide open last year, and he took it.
It was. It wasn't. There was nobody, in my opinion, that was like, yeah, he's blowing the whole league out the water.
Yeah, and like Jonathan Taylor took a step back.
Oh, he
Derrick Henry
he took
didn't
a
look
step
as
He'll be
bad.
back. Don't worry about it.
I get it, but I got CMC number 1. He's the best dual threat back. He can run 20 times in a game and pace the game, or he could run 2 times and catch 10 passes. But either way, he's scoring a touchdown and he's gonna have 100 all-purpose yards. That's the best running back in the league, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, Big Timmy.
I've been thinking about this one for a while. Currently, I'm going to go with Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb's a dog.
Bro's been running
Chubb
the
is
wild
a
all over the NFL for a couple years
I
now.
cannot disagree.
He
with that.
just
He finally
Cleveland
got
can't
real.
find a way to get into the playoffs after they got rid of Baker, which
Well, so
that's
I'm gonna
not
say
a problem.
Cleveland fumbled the bag with him. Him and Kareem Hunt was a fucking duo.
Nick Chubb finally
they
got
shoulda
like
paid that
A-list
man.
recognition last
That-
year. He's been doing
It
that.
That
helped
goes-
that he played every game.
Yeah.
That goes with the saying like the running back like situation as far as getting paid is not great
It's
because
because
they're
it's
doing-
auto-generated in
Well,
the draft.
I
Just
know,
everybody
but-
comes out. If you got a good offensive line, they can run the ball.
What I'm saying is it's
Facts.
all changing too by committee, in my opinion.
Yeah, not to mention teams are so scared of the pass nowadays. Running the ball with a mediocre running back is acceptable. Like the Dolphins were, you were so scared of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill speed, they ran the ball with Raheem Mostert.
Wait till they
He's
try to get
31.
Dalvin Cook.
Like Raheem Mostert is old. Yeah, he's still quick on his feet, but like they were running back by whoever they had that week. It was Chase
Bro, I
Edmonds
swear
at
they
one
just
point.
keep getting 49ers running backs. They have
Yeah,
Mostert,
they have
and then they just
Jeff
got
Wilson
Jeff
Jr.
Wilson
Side
Jr.
note, side note, what happened to Sermon? They got drafted to the 49ers.
He's on Philly.
But like what? Like he was supposed to be one of the best
He got
running
hurt
backs.
in the preseason. I want to say he just they
You
had
wanna-
so much depth, but he's on Philly, and their coach has been talking him up.
I would because man, he was a star in college.
Yeah,
Biggest
Right,
bust of
yeah.
all time, Richard.
Oh, he's talking
I
about
just about messed that up. Definitely wasn't him. Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson. You about said Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I about screwed
No,
that
don't
up.
worry about the same thing. Yeah, I
Trent
remember.
Richardson.
Patrick was so excited. He was.
Oh, I was
so,
telling you what I
he
bought
was-
tickets to the game. and-
he looked like a kid in the candy store when we were talking about Indianapolis guys. Trent Richardson. Well, I was excited for
Because
him.
we also got Andre Johnson that year too, and I mean he was old, but I figured he'd at least be decent.
Right.
But unfortunately, yeah, that was pretty.
That chair over there did about as much as Trent Richardson did.
But who we got?
Okay. So my number one running back would have to be Austin Eckler. And I'm going Austin Eckler because when you compare him to someone like CMC, like a do-it-your-all receiving back and can run the ball, he's my fantasy football savior. Shout out to him. And last year, when he was playing, he really showed that he could do more than just be a receiving back. He had more than a couple games of 100 rushing yards. And the year before that, you didn't really see that. And I just think he took a big leap, and I don't think you could say any running back was better than him last season, or you can say there were some that were just as good, but I'm not taking anybody having a better season than he did last year, so he's my number one.
Props up from. I'm gonna have to go with Trey here. I know we don't agree very often, but when we do, Nick Chubb.
I said
You and Trey
CMC.
did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
That was
about
me. That
Well,
that
the
happened
reason
when
we
we
don't
left.
agree-
We
very
definitely don't agree at
Yeah.
all.
You're
But,
probably gonna change it now, huh?
no, Nick Chubb, 100%. That man's a dog. He runs over my team. He runs over half the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He's proven. You know.
Best power back rusher in the league.
Ryan knows
My
all
bad.
about
That
Nick
was my
Chubb.
bad. So, who we got for number?
At number 2, I still got King Henry, because even in old age, I still think he can. One thing I look for in a running back, and the reason I don't have Austin Eckler as high as other people probably do, he's in my top 5, but I got him a little lower because these running backs I got high paced the game. Like I think part of the reason the Chargers got that comeback on them happened by the Jags in the playoffs is because Austin Eckler isn't the type that can run the ball 20 plus times a game.
Yeah.
He's just not built for that. He doesn't do it often. When those games he has 100 yards, it's breakaway runs, or he had 13 carries, 15 carries. Derrick Henry can carry the ball 30 times a
Well,
game
that's
if you need
because
him
Austin
to.
Eckler's out there catching the ball
Yeah, understandable.
way more than Derrick Henry. So let's talk about touches. Those add up when Derrick Henry's just getting the ball handed off to him.
Oh, he catches the ball.
Yeah,
too,
Derrick
though,
Henry had
man.
his best
Yeah,
receiving
but
season
how many
last
times
year.
a game is he really catching the ball?
He had 400 rushing or receiving yards last year. That's the highest in his career. That was a step for him. But I just don't think Eckler can run the ball that much as like Henry. If you're up 20 points in a game, you're just gonna run the ball every single time because you can, and it's gonna drain enough clock on to where the comeback's impossible by time. And I think that's what happened with the Chargers. They couldn't pace the game, and Henry is the best pace back in the game. He can run it 30 times, and he's gonna be efficient.
Well, don't really have to explain myself here, but I also have King Henry as number 2. Bro just can't be stopped, man. I'm telling you what, it takes 3 people.
Every
to
time I
tackle
see
him
him
every
running
time.
towards the sideline, I see a cornerback. I'm like, oh, this is another ESPN top 10.
Yeah, bro, the stiff arm, like
He said,
Josh
"Let me throw you into the
Norman's never
stands."
been the same. It's almost like
He never was.
ruined his whole career.
He threw him out of the league.
Literally. He said, oh, did you
Bro
see
was
that?
like, go make me a sandwich. Get out of here.
So at my number 2, I'm going to go CMC just because, as you can tell, this little trend I'm going on, I love a running back like that can receive it, rush it, just do it all. Like a CMC and Austin Eckler, they can win you the game by themselves. And King Henry can do that for his team. Of course, he's like his whole offense, but those two guys are just elite in anywhere they get the ball. So CMC for obvious reasons.
I'm gonna have to go Derrick Henry. He's unstoppable.
Man, we're 2 for 2, ain't we?
Hey,
We're having a good
we
day.
are. Derrick Henry, when you literally got to put 2 people on that man to tackle him, and I'm talking about like at the same time, because if you try to do one at a time, it's not going to work.
You only need one TJ Watt.
Yeah. So
Hey, he's still gonna have to try though.
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with that. So there's really no explanation needed for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I got a surprising pick here. Josh Jacobs at number 3. After what he did last season, I'm pretty sure he led the NFL in rushing yards.
Yeah.
He was
Quietly.
He was up
But he
there
did.
with like 13 touchdowns, I want to say.
20, I thought.
No,
had 20?
Eckler, I want to say had 18 total.
Josh
Josh
Jacobs had
Jacobs
12.
12.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, I thought he had 13, but 12 touchdowns.
First in
Jacobs-
yards.
First in yards. He was literally
12?
every game. I just felt like I was looking at his the sad ass Raiders team, but there was Josh Jacobs for 120 yards and a touchdown. If you had him in fantasy, you loved him last year. I think if he stays, if he got whatever his future holds, I think he can be a top 3 in rushing yards for the rest of his career. He's a bulldoze back. I think he's 3rd best running back in the league. He can also catch the ball. He just doesn't. They had Zamir White last year. They always have receiving backs. And like you said, running back by committee. You just usually have a power rusher and a receiving back nowadays, unless you got a guy who can do both. And Josh Jacobs just doesn't catch the ball often, but he can.
All right, number 3, I'm gonna go CMC. I see the look Ryan's giving me. He thought I was gonna say Jonathan Taylor or something crazy.
Oh no, I know you wasn't that dumb today.
No, he might be in top 5 though. You
Maybe
never
on
know.
a Sunday, but not on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, CMC, he can do it all like they were saying before. He can catch it or run it, and might have 2 touchdowns catching the ball, 1 throwing the ball, and 1 rushing the ball. Like, he can literally do everything.
Okay, so at my 3, I'm going King Henry. And the reason why I got King Henry 3rd is because King Henry did just have a big injury. He's getting up there in age, so it's really hard to put him over guys like Austin Eckler and CMC when it's just his line isn't getting any better than it was in the past couple years. So I just think he's still going to be a top dog. That's King Henry. You can't stop the man. I mean, but the reason why he's 3 is because I just don't think he's going to be as efficient as the other 2.
Yeah, that's a risk too, that injury.
Understandable. I'm gonna have to go Josh Jacobs here as well. Like you said, under the radar, quietly, led the league in rushing yards. I mean, yards are one thing, touchdowns are another, but I think that stands in itself for at least number 3, for my opinion. So,
Yeah.
I got Eckler at my 4. Just simply, the guys I got ahead of him, like I said, they're power rushers. They can carry a game on their back. Eckler can and has carried games.
Yes.
I just don't like. I feel like if you put him on any team, I don't think it works, because you put him on a team that doesn't have a good quarterback or maybe doesn't have weapons to draw attention. If you need CMC to pound, or not CMC, sorry. If you got Eckler to pound out a game, I just don't think it works for you. He can't have a whole season where he runs the ball over 100, close to 200 times like these other backs do.
Shit, you don't need a good quarterback. You just need someone who can check it down. That's all Austin Eckler needs.
But I got him at 4. I think he's great. He led the league in touchdowns, and I'm big on that when it comes. That's why I had Joe Burrow over Jalen Hurts, because at the end of the day, he had more touchdowns at the end of the season, and touchdowns make wins. They make points. Eckler's a touchdown leader. That's solid 4th in my book.
I have Josh Jacobs as my number 4. Obviously led the league in rushing. Also had 12 touchdowns on top of that. And he was pretty much the MVP of that whole entire offense the whole entire season. They had all of them weapons, and the only person that could figure it out was Josh Jacobs all year.
I'm curious to see how they do this.
I mean, Tay Adams was him, but, Derek Carr is just not the guy for the job.
He ain't got him out of there. So I'm going to go Nick Chubb at 4. And the reason, because he had a great season. He played every game. And it seems like every time I was watching a Browns game, Nick Chubb was going down the field for a touchdown or doing something. So I think he's just a very good power back on that level of Derrick Henry. Just can put his team on his back, like Trey said. Like, he's that kind of player. So I could have put him higher, but I think 4 is a good spot for him. So yeah, I'm going Chubb.
Okay. That's interesting. Number 4 there. I got Miles Sanders number 4.
Ooh, sheesh.
I think that man's a dog. He can do it all for
He
you.
was on my fantasy team. I had him, Nick Chubb, and Derrick Henry. He
Miles
definitely
Sanders.
could rock a number 4.
He was. I think he's a big part of why the Eagles, did so well. It was such a good balanced game there. So, without that good balanced game, I don't think the Eagles did as well. So that's why I give him the props for number 4.
You're definitely right. Listen, the year before last, he had no touchdowns.
Literally
I think. Trey was telling me, he said, "Don't
pick
draft him. Don't
Yeah,
draft him."
Everybody, that was on everybody's like, hey, whatever you do, don't draft Miles.
And I
Sanders.
took the
because
chance.
I had him.
Right, because I'd already had 2 studs. He was just
That's
going to be a third one, so I was like, we're going to get him. If he starts popping off, then I have him.
Put him at that flex.
Miles
Yeah,
Sanders
that's
said,
what I did, bro. I was
he
getting
said,
30 points out of
"Hold
running back
my
every game.
beer." That's what he said. He said,
Unless it's the Giants, then you got to pull Bart Scott out.
Yeah, but Boston Scott.
Boston, yeah, not Bart.
Bart
I said
is
Bart.
the Giants.
That's a hot take though, Miles Sanders.
Yeah,
at
I was
4.
I was gonna
Yeah,
wait.
that's
I was gonna wait till my
yes.
turn. I think you're crazy for that because I've got people in some honorable mention spots that are better than him.
Well, you and your honorable mentions, we might need to have a second take at him, but that's for another topic and debate there. But go ahead.
My 5th, I have Chubb on here, but since you said that, I want to talk about Dalvin Cook. He's probably not gonna crack nobody's top 5, and
Not my top 5, but
he's got ability like Henry to run the ball, and he's a pass catching back. And it's the only problem I got putting him higher is he can't figure out how to do them both at the same time.
no, we can't. It's like
you're gonna get Dalvin Cook with 16 rushing yards, 150 receiving, and 2 touchdowns, or you're gonna get Dalvin Cook with 150 rushing yards, no catches, and 2 touchdowns. You just can't figure out how to mesh them both like an Austin Eckler or CMC. And I've also got Ramondre Stevenson up there above somebody like Miles Sanders. I feel like he broke out. He's another dual threat back. But
Thank you for that though.
I got Ramondre in there.
You gave him
Those
on
3.
fantasy.
Yeah. I had him. I got rid of him. I had to.
I look at Dalvin Cook as like I like Big Timmy. He can do one thing or he can do the other, but doing it at the same time, it's questionable what results you're gonna get. So,
but yeah, I got Chubb. Them 3 are stuck at 5 for me. I got Chubb on my list, but I think Dalvin Cook and Ramondre are tough at those spots right next to him.
So we're doing the top 8 on running backs?
No, I just had to.
no, he just had to get his
No, I know,
honorable
I'm just
mention.
No, I couldn't figure out who put at 5. You put Miles Sanders at 4. I'm over here confused as hell.
All right, Big Timmy, we're ready
All right.
for it.
So my number 5 is actually Dalvin Cook. That's why I was over here laughing. Austin Eckler and him are both right there. They both can kind of do the same thing. I feel like Dalvin Cook can run the ball just a little bit better. Like Trey said, he could have 150 yards rushing or he could have 150 yards receiving. You're probably not going to get both at the same time, but 150 yards in general is going to be a good day at the office no matter what.
Hey, that's a great day in the office.
Yeah.
Are the Vikings really gonna cut him for $9 million? in
Yeah, and
cap
then
space?
Miami's talking about signing him. Could you imagine
That'd
that
be
over there? That'd be
dangerous.
Miami is starting to sound like the new Chicago, by the way.
also-
They're just interested in every
my
free
honorable
agent.
mentions. I do have one. Jonathan Taylor's going to be back in the top 5
Oh,
next
no.
year. Don't you worry about that.
Listen,
Bro, he's better than all 3 running backs
can
we got
believe
put
that.
together.
Yeah, I could believe it too. It just,
Don't try me.
we'll
that
see.
offensive
Just
line is
'cause-
still the
just 'cause-
same guys. They just performed.
And
bad
with
last year.
our new head coach, the way they run the ball in Philly, you don't think he's going to get any better next year?
Philly got a good run scheme,
He
not
can't
just
really
good
get any
players.
worse.
Yeah,
After that monster season to that,
Yeah, you're right.
he had number 1.
He said the
fantasy
only
numbers.
way's up.
I agree with you. I think Jonathan Taylor can.
Yeah, he's going to be comeback player of the year next year.
He had people wasting a number 1 pick in fantasy.
I don't know about
drafts.
you guys, but I'm just ready for the season to start already. Like,
He just wants to run his mouth to me. That's the only reason.
Oh, but
he's
I'm
doing it.
ready
The
for
minute
our
the
weekly
Colts mess
takes.
up.
Yeah.
Our picks, all that. For those of you who don't know, we will be going. We will be having at least the audio posted before the games start for Sunday. So
We might
Sunday-
even do like an Instagram live just for our picks and then
Yeah.
do an episode like,
The pod picks.
yeah.
So, but
Okay, so my number 5 running back, of course, I got to put the leading rusher Josh Jacobs at my 5th. So for obvious reasons, everybody's already had him in his list. So he led his team, put him on their back. Derek Carr was barnacles last season, so
That's good reference. I didn't think about that one.
He had to do what he had to do to put the team on his back. So Josh Jacobs for sure. And my one honorable mention is he got hurt. That rookie Brees Hall. from
Oh, yeah,
the
he's
New
a
York
dog,
Jets.
too. I should have put him on my
That is
honorable
my
mention.
Like,
honorable mention.
He is an absolute dog,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. I think he's come back. He's young. I know that was a
He's winning
big
comeback
injury.
player of the year.
yeah.
Off topic here, but one day they might get Aaron Rodgers. He might be 80, but they're gonna get him eventually.
That would be amazing for a Brees Hall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be amazing for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, not that he doesn't have Aaron Jones over there, but like
You're right.
you could just keep feeding that man whenever you feel like throwing the ball down the field. All right, I got this one, kid.
Yep, young. He's ready to go too.
Where you go, Ryan?
Number 5, I got CMC, Christian McCaffrey. I'd like to see more out of him this year coming up. I just want to see him play a full season. For
More
the
out of
49ers.
him.
Yes.
He played a full season.
He played the full season.
No, I said I want to see him play the full season with the 49ers.
Oh, okay.
So that's just why I want to see. That's why I got him at number
What
5.
else can he do? He throw the ball for a touchdown, runs the ball for a touchdown,
Yeah, I'm
catches
just
the
saying
ball
that's
for a
why I got him.
touchdown. Does he need to play defense too?
That's where I got him.
The one thing that I get about that is just he's on the most loaded offense in the league.
Yeah,
It's hard to get stats.
But that's what I'm saying. He can throw the ball
Next
to you.
year
He
they
can
might
run the
have
ball to you.
3,000-yard receivers between Kittle, Debo, and Brandon Ayuk, who's
And
getting
maybe
better.
2,000-yard rushers.
Yeah, and they have good running. Like, it's going to be hard for him to show you more. The fact that he gets the stats he gets in that offense is why I got him number 1.
My honorable mention. I think
They still have Evan Mitchell over there.
down there in Louisiana.
I got him as my honor, one of my two.
I got Jamal Williams. I think.
Whoa,
Elijah
hold
Mitchell.
on. I thought he said Alvin Kamara.
Well, I think they're gonna be a crazy.
I'm
duo.
messing it up.
Sure, you
today.
said
You're right,
that.
Elijah.
I think he's gonna go off.
It's
down
hard
there,
with an
so,
E.
he just looks like he brings the fun in the game.
He
He
does,
looks like he's
for
doing
sure.
it.
I mean,
for the fun.
at least he
seemed
brings the
like-
fun somewhere.
He seems like he could literally. I mean, obviously, I know everybody cares about the money to an extent,
Oh,
but he
man.
looks like he could put
Too
the money
much.
to the side and just play. So, but that's my honorable mention.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, number 1, I got Devontae Adams.
Oh, Tay.
Even with Derek Carr, he still led the
He
league.
looked
in
like he was gonna get
touchdowns.
sick over there.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be real sick when he finds out I don't have him at number 2 either.
Oh my god.
But I got
Oh my god, that is insane.
I got Devontae Adams number 1. He led Derek Carr. We just got done talking trash about him. He still led the league in receiving touchdowns. He's still the most one-on-one deadliest threat. He's big, fast, tall, best route runner in the league. He goes up and gets 50-50 balls. He can run a slant. He can run deep. He can run anywhere. He can catch any ball with any quarterback, clearly, after we see. Well, a big question was, what about Aaron Rodgers? Not having Aaron Rodgers. He had a better season after Aaron Rodgers than Aaron Rodgers had after him. And I'd say he had a less.
That was probably the first time receivers left the Packers and had a better
and
season than
not,
Aaron Rodgers.
Not even just better, a season.
That's what I'm saying.
A
though,
season. A season. Jordy Nelson was a nobody after he left.
Randall Cobb went
Randall
to the
Cobb went to
Cardinals
the
and-
Texans. He wasn't
And
no
he's
good.
came back, and he still ain't
And
the
he's
same.
still not the same. Yeah, like
Also, in case everybody wanted to know, we do have Derek Carr here as a special guest.
This man.
But I think to have Derek Carr's season last year and still lead the league in touchdown catches is crazy. Best at every stat. He's the best hands, best route runner, big body. I like him at number 1.
I got Jay Jettis, Justin Jefferson. He's my number 1. Right? Don't worry. He's in my top 5, but he's just not number 1.
I get it.
Jay Jettis is just a beast. I mean, he has Kirk Cousins throwing the ball too. Just don't forget about that. He got a big payday, but he ain't no elite quarterback out there. I mean,
He is
By
the
any
truth.
means.
Justin Jefferson
oh,
is
I
the
thought you were
truth.
talking about Kirk Cousins.
No,
I
I'm
said
not
just because he
mad.
put on a gold chain don't mean he's the truth.
No, I'm not mad at the pig. Justin Jefferson's up there.
He's just been killing ever since he came out, so that's my number 1.
Okay, so for my number 1, I'm going Jay Jettas. 2, obviously, he started off his rookie year with 88 catches for 1,400 yards. Okay,
Didn't he
came
break
in as
Randy
a
Moss's
rookie.
record?
He did. Yeah. So as a rookie, next year I'm going to get 20 more catches than I did the year before and 200 more yards. Then the year after that, I'm going to get 20 more catches than the year I did before with another 200 more yards than I did the year before that. And I don't remember Devontae Adams ever winning Offensive Player of the Year. And if Justin Jefferson had Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball, we'd be talking about this guy like he was Moses.
Yeah, but you got to think it's hard to win an award when your quarterback's winning the MVP.
But
Like
I
your
mean,
quarterback's the
he's still-
MVP, of course you're.
He still never won Offensive Player of the Year.
I mean, if Aaron Rodgers won MVP, I mean, there'd be room to win Offensive Player of the Year still.
It's hard to give a guy, you never see Travis Kelce or anybody and talk for Offensive Player of the Year when they could be. It's because they got Patrick Mahomes. That's always the argument. Oh, well, he's got he's got Aaron Rodgers. He still almost had a triple crown. He led the league in receptions and touchdowns. He just didn't get the yards.
Yeah.
He almost had a triple crown. He was there, but I'm not mad at the Jefferson
Right.
pick. I like him.
He's going for 2,000 yards next season. You heard it.
He probably gonna break the receiving record next year.
He could. But I'm ready to see. Without Adam Thielen, I don't think they have a real threat other than him. I'm ready to see.
I think they're gonna draft
defenses.
somebody.
They could. They very well.
I honestly think they might be the ones to get. Now it's not gonna come to me. The receiver from TCU,
Quentin Johnson.
Quentin Johnson.
But I just want to see them focus. I want to see a full season Justin Jefferson only target. They got Hawkinson, but you don't have to throw multiple guys on him. Thielen's still a touchdown grabber last
He's
year.
a
KJ
red
Hamler-
zone threat
or not,
though.
KJ Osborne.
J.J. Osborne.
He was good, but I want to see Jefferson go crazy being number 1 this year. Full.
Don't
pressure
say
on him.
Odell, but go ahead.
Oh, you ready for me now?
Yeah. Oh, hold on, not yet. Give me a second. I think some. No, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
I got Devontae Adams. You know, he's number 1.
Old Tay Tay.
I don't think there's really any response needed for that. You know, that's who I got number 1. He had a trash bag at quarterback, so that's all that really needs to be said there. It just shows
Foldable chair.
he didn't need Aaron
Don't talk about him
Rodgers.
like that. He's
So,
right here.
Hey, listen, if he's right there, he's right over there, wherever he's at. Derek Carr, you know where you rank. So
My number 2, the only other person I got above Jefferson is Tyreek Hill. Left Patrick Mahomes and did better. And yeah, he had Tua for a couple games. Half the
that's
season.
true.
The other half of the season, it was a mix of Skylar Thompson was his name, and Jacoby Brissett. He still went out there. One thing I seen from Tyreek Hill was he was going up and getting the ball last season. Yeah, he's fast. You think, oh, he's just wide open all the time. Nah, they were covering him last year, and he was catching double coverage catches, single coverage, one-on-one 50-50 ball. He was 5'10", going up and getting the high point. That's what I liked out of him last year. He's still got breakneck speed. He's number 2 in my book.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. He had a great year.
what about you, Big Timmy?
AJ Brown.
Okay, respectable.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a hot take, but he's
no,
a dog.
I don't
bro.
consider that to be a hot
He
take.
made Hurts a lot better.
Yeah,
he
that
made
was
the
really good.
Titans eat
Did.
Yeah.
eat their money.
Yeah,
I
'cause
had
they
him
thought-
that last year he was with the Titans. His rookie year, or the year after, whatever.
Yeah, he's been a dog.
he was-
Trust me, I know he played the Colts 2 times a year.
He said, "Oh, you ain't gonna pay me? All right, I got
Let me
you."
go get wide receiver 1 pay and numbers.
Oh my!
Straight up. Because A.J. Brown was a big reason why Jalen Hurts did what he did with what he had to elevate that team to get him where they did. A.J. Brown was a great
He's
addition.
that dog.
Yeah, he is.
So that's my number 2.
Okay. So for my number 2, I'm going Devontae Adams. And that's because for sure when you think of route running, hands, he's the full package. He's the term prototype as a Josh Allen quarterback that me and Trey were talking about. He's just your do-it-your-all receiver, and he's just obvious reasons. The only person I can put above him is Jay Jettis, so that's why he's number 2.
I got Jay Jettis number 2. Simply because of rankings, just because he would have been number 1 in my opinion. But touchdowns matter a lot to me. But you can have all the yards you want, but if you ain't got the touchdowns to help your team win, what are you doing?
Understandable.
So that's why I got him at number 2. I mean, he still came in with 8 touchdowns, that's not bad at all. But I would like to see that number go up with as many, receiving yards as he had. So
Yeah, I got him in my number 3 here, just because, like you said, I think he's very productive. I think he's the most electric. He won Offensive Player of the Year. Got to put him up there.
with a quarterback that can't win any primetime games.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that
but
is sad.
He said it's
He
1
does get
o'clock. I'm on your ass.
Yeah.
He said 8 o'clock. I'm in bed, man.
yeah, he needs to
Search
take one of them little things they give Biden to stay up for them late press conferences or something, because he falls asleep during them primetime games. But overall, Kirk Cousins gets too much hate for what he produces. He's usually got a great ratio of touchdowns to interceptions. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot.
On 1 o'clock games.
Yeah, but Justin Jefferson fully makes that team. Like I said earlier, I don't think they have very many weapons outside of him. T.J. Hawkinson is all right. He's, tight end position slim, so it's not that hard to be a great tight end in the league.
I just think if you took him out of that offense and you put
Yeah.
in a rookie quarterback from this draft class, they could almost do the same thing.
I'm curious to see though, without Thielen, how much
Yeah, we're gonna
Jay
see.
Jettis is
What
gonna
I think,
get.
what
It's
I
also
going to
show.
happen.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think he's going to have a little 12, less yards, 1,200 yards, 1,300, but I think he breaks double-digit touchdowns this year. He's probably going to have 10 or 12 of them. He's got to, unless Dalvin Cook has a Josh Jacobs-like year where he just dominates the ground. Justin Jefferson's going to have double-digit touchdowns.
We're going to find out how real Kirk is this year if they don't sign nobody else.
Yeah.
If that's his offense, we're going to find out how real Kirk is this year.
Who you got, Big Timmy?
For number 3, I got Tay Adams. He's my number 3. Yep. And the only reason I put AJ up there because I like AJ had a better year than him. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, and AJ's had a couple good years in a row as well. So.
Oh, okay.
But he wasn't going to slip out of my top 5. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, I was just curious. I wanted to see your statistics and reasoning behind that. But go ahead, EB. Since
Okay.
I just told you he had a better season.
Oh, I know. I was just wondering. I was waiting on that. So.
Okay, so for my number 3, I'm going Stephon Diggs. And the reason why I'm going Stephon Diggs is because when you talk about, like, there's something that Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson, you got that big body, those slants moves, you can get open so easy. It's just, when I like to watch football, I don't know, I like to watch Stephon Diggs routes or release off the line. That's just like poetry in motion to me. And I think he's just one of those amazing players. And he's just been top 3 for a minute now, like for the past couple seasons, I think. So,
and
he's my number 3.
I said it last episode. He's the only threat they have. Dawson Knox is not a weapon. I don't think Gabriel Davis is consistent enough to be a weapon.
Cole Beasley definitely wasn't.
He glues that offense together as the only serious weapon they have.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But Cole Beasley was good the first time they had him.
Yeah, but him and Emmanuel Sanders, they were there, and then they were college teammates too, right? Yeah.
I got Tyreek Hill at number 3. I think that man went off, showed he didn't need Mahomes, kind of like what Trey was saying.
Right, that's big.
That man, like,
To say that,
Yeah,
that man is so fast. Imagine lining up as wide receiver 1 next to somebody that's almost just as fast as you, like Jalen Waddle. That is so scary to me. So, but yeah, I got him at number 3.
my 4, that's where I slip A.J. Brown in there just because, like I said, he like Pat said, he glued that offense. He raised the bar for them. Like, I feel like when they got him, Devontae Smith, I'm a hater. I don't think he's great. I think he's good, but he's only ceiling wide receiver 2.
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he can ever be a wide receiver 1. His frame is little. He doesn't go get the 50-50 balls. He doesn't run the crispiest routes in the top 5 in the league or anything like that. A.J. Brown does all that. He gets the 50-50 balls. He runs a top 5 route in the league. He's not breakneck speed, but he doesn't have to be because he's so physical when he plays the game. He bullies your cornerback all game long, and eventually he gets tired, and A.J. Brown cuts through your defense for 60 yards.
I think Devontae Smith's ceilings is higher than that.
I just don't think he could ever be a wide receiver 1 somewhere.
I think he could.
Not lead a team to the Super Bowl.
But I just think.
Oh, no, not that good.
I remember one specific moment this season where it was an I'm him moment. I had A.J. Brown for a touchdown on one of my best slips, and it was against the Giants, and he caught like a 45-yarder, got called back. I was a little upset because I was like, oh my goodness, no way, that was a shot. Next play. Another 60-yard.
He said, "Oh, you didn't like that one?
Yeah, you caught a flag? You caught a flag? I'll do it again.
He said, hold my beer.
I'll do it again."
Baby and defenders.
And he did. The next play. 2 touchdowns in a row. They just called one back. He was like, all right, watch this. Throw it again. I bet that's the first thing he said when he went to the huddle. Do it again.
Yeah.
Or they were like, run that back.
Yeah. Somebody in the huddle said, let's do that again.
Yeah, literally.
I got him at 4.
What's up? Michael?
You.
Yeah.
I know it's Michael.
Come on, Big Timmy.
I just was waiting for you to be like, hey, what's yours? But no, I actually have, this is not necessarily going to be probably not the best take in the world, but I still have Deebo Samuel at 4.
Ooh, I like that. I respect that.
He just got slept on last year because they had so many weapons. I mean, as far as skill goes and everything like that, he's a dog.
I agree.
He can run. He can run
in that offense.
Yeah. And he can run and catch the ball as well, bro. And can't nobody guard him. They always have to put 2 people on him.
I love that, actually.
And he's the best run after catch.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Rack.
Yeah.
So at my number 4, I'm going to go Tyreek Hill. And that's for what you guys were saying, like doing that kind of season without Mahomes. It's just nobody can do that. And I know that Tyreek Hill is that kind of caliber player who could, but it's just the way he did that when Tua played half the season.
Yeah.
I just think he really showed who he really is with whatever quarterback.
Nobody said it better than Tyreek Hill when he said, "I don't need Mahomes."
Yeah, it's
He
just
proved
crazy
that.
because I get he was a dog, but there was really doubters out there. Like there was people that didn't think he would do that good with Tua.
Like, how many games did Tyreek Hill have? 150 plus.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, I don't even want to talk about the games against
There was
Trailing.
games where they both had 150 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Against
Waddle
Baltimore,
and Hill.
like
You guys ran
That
a
was the
cover
best
0
duo
blitz
last season.
all game and
Yeah.
got
And got
torched.
well,
toasted.
like it was like every other play. I'm like,
40 yards. 40
I can
yards.
go out there at least play in the end zone and try. Like,
Right.
I may not be the fastest, but damn, I'm gonna try.
Would y'all agree that Waddle and Hill were the best wide receiver duo last
Oh, yeah.
season?
I think they're going to be again.
Yeah, Smith and AJ Brown are pretty close. 'Cause they both had 1,000 yards too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think
Right.
Tyreek and them are just a little bit ahead of him, but I mean,
But they're on their level.
Yeah.
Okay.
and the only reason I think that is because I think Jalen Waddle's better than Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I agree.
AJ Brown's my number 4. That man, like I said, in my opinion, he basically said "fuck you" to the Titans.
Ryan was like, I thought he was going to sign with us. But
No. I thought it was so great. They
So
traded
lucky.
him on draft day. He said, "Oh, okay, that's how we doing it. We're just gonna go take this team to the Super Bowl. Like, that's my way,
That
So
would have
they
been
were-
crazy though if he'd have won
take your
Baltimore
money,
though.
And they were hurting
nuts.
a wide receiver. They had Bobby Trees out there this
Yeah.
year with a
Oh.
rookie.
Oh no, yeah, with the rookie. What did the rookie do this year?
Traylon Burks, he was hurt here and there, caught a couple touchdowns, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
It wasn't AJ Brown. Yeah, exactly. So
Bob Trees.
whoever's the Titans GM, do better.
Yeah,
Do
please.
better.
I could.
So
I do.
we're
better.
not mad. We're just disappointed.
Yeah,
I build better teams on Madden.
Actually, I'm pretty happy because I'm a Colts fan. So I mean,
Madden
keep doing
wouldn't
what you're
even
doing.
accept that trade. Okay?
Yeah, I remember that meme.
Yeah. So, all right, who we got at number 5?
I'm surprised I'm the first player or the first person to say his name. I got Jamar Chase at 5. I figured somebody would throw him in there before I got to him at 5, but I got Jamar Chase at 5 just for the rest of his career. Like I said, as of today forward is what I'm basing my rankings off of.
Gotcha.
He's got Joe Burrow for at least, he's second year? So he's on his rookie contract. He's got next year and the year after. Joe Burrow's going to get re-signed. So he's got at least 2 more years with Joe Burrow.
he has the least chance of getting signed over Joe Burrow. They're going to keep Joe Burrow no matter what.
Yeah, but that's what Joe Burrow gets signed first.
Yeah.
So he immediately, automatically has the rest of his rookie contract with Joe Burrow, hands down, no matter what. 2 more years with Joe Burrow, I'll take it.
This is so hard because I love.
There's still like
Jamar
3
Chase.
people
Yeah,
I'd like to.
that's my problem is that I didn't get to put these 3. I didn't get to put Diggs in my top 5.
That's
didn't
what-
get to put Cooper Kupp in there.
Yeah, bro, that's funny you
And,
say
and
that.
I put Jalen Waddle as in one of my honorable mentions
That's-
too that was stuck at.
That's
maybe
why we go
taking the
top
5
5.
spot.
We want this to be hard. We don't want it
Yeah.
to be easy.
Top
Right,
10 would be
right.
way too easy.
Oh yeah.
So my 5th one is gonna have to be Tyreek Hill. It was him. It was between him, Stephon Diggs,
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase, and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase is right there. Like, he's right there. I just feel like Tyreek Hill currently is just a little bit better than he is.
sure.
And also has a lot less talented quarterback to deal with, but still did better.
Oh, so I'm just gonna say it. Number 5 is Cooper Kupp.
That's what I was going to do, man, but he didn't play this year. We're talking about now going forward. I know he's going to be a
yeah.
beast.
Oh yeah.
If it's him or Debo, and
Yeah.
it was rough.
When he plays, when he's there, he draws comparison to 2018 LeBron on the Cavs because Cooper Kupp will literally do it all. And I just
Or
can't-
Megatron.
It's just or Megatron, or it's like just when he plays in full season, it's just
I've never
Dude,
seen.
Did we ever think maybe it's just Matthew Stafford was that good? No.
I've just never seen a football player.
He just had
it-
both receivers
right.
like that. So
I've never seen a football player get fed like that. Like, in
the
basketball, if
time.
you got a hot hand, if Steph Curry's hot in basketball, you've seen him shoot 4, 5, 6 shots in a row, just him, bucket,
and he
shot,
already
shot.
took his team. Like him and Matthew Stafford went all the way, and he was Super Bowl MVP. Is this guy like
Yeah, I-
triple crown
receivers more
and a
proven.
Super Bowl MVP.
super? So which wide receiver on this list has a better resume than that?
For sure.
If
I've
it wasn't now
never-
going forward, that would
Yeah.
be the only reason he missed it. To be honest,
I
why-
understand.
I was gonna put Debo and then him,
Right.
but with the season Tyreek had, and he didn't really have that great of a season this year, it was real rough.
Yeah.
But like if we had a top 7, it'd been Cooper Kupp, and then I had Jamar Chase.
Right, but we were like saying now and forward, so
Yeah.
I'm leaning more on that
That's-
forward part. He's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to show you. About to show.
See,
you.
I thought I was gonna get blown crap because when I picked Debo, and then I was like, man, if I pick Debo and Cooper Kupp, somebody's gonna roast me.
Nah, I wouldn't have
No.
because I love both of them.
That's why I always like to be specific when we're talking about something. We're like, oh, you didn't have no. We're talking about from now on, so that way, when we go forward, then we can always change it. Like, all right, we're midway through the season. Who's top 5? What's your top 5? And what's it based off? Number 5, I got Stephon Diggs. simply just because of stats.
There's almost no wrong answer for this. There's just so many good top tier receivers.
The reason I didn't have Jamar Chase in my top 5 is specifically because of statistics. His touchdowns weren't as high and his yards as far as some of the other guys that I had to pick. Tyreek Hill.
He also, so I should have had Stephon Diggs in mind, to be honest, but he also has Higgins over there. Can take a little pressure off of him, so he can. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's got to guard Higgins.
Yeah.
But with Stephon Diggs, there's nobody else over there to guard, so he's getting doubled and still being that guy.
Also, you got to think, Stephon Diggs made my top 5 with just under 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns with a quarterback that led the league in turnovers.
That's true.
That's pretty good.
And they had to double him almost every time. There's nobody else on the field to do anything except him and Josh Allen. They're just playing backyard football over there.
So
you run down there, I'm gonna throw it to you.
Something like that too.
I'm upset I couldn't put Chase in my top.
Yeah, bro. There's a lot of rough calls there. It was hard, but I had to put. It was either I had to at least put Debo or I had to put Cooper Kupp in my top 5, and I ended up going with Debo.
Yeah.
They both can do it all, though. That's why I was like,
all right, so we're gonna make our way to the next
Ryan's favorite topic.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Kelsey. Travis Kelsey, number 1 right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's the best tight end of all time.
You know he ain't gonna pick Travis Kelsey.
Let's just go across the board here. Who you got?
Kelsey.
All right, who you got?
Kelsey.
All right, we all got Kelsey number 1.
Yeah, knock that out.
No, like that was on
Somebody
the board.
hit the applause button. I thought he was gonna hit Mark
we
Andrews.
can hit the applause button.
That's
all right.
the
All right.
greatest.
All right,
there.
now here's where shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah, it's about to go a little sideways.
All right,
there.
number
Mark
2.
Andrews.
All right, thank you. Put some more respect on it.
I think they're top 3 to 5 in rushing offense in the past 5 years. The Ravens. They always have a good O-line. He's a good. I think a lot of people always talk about Kittle's blocking ability because he gets put on ESPN for big block.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews is a great blocker, and he's a better receiving threat.
That man goes up and gets it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
half the time when Lamar's out in trouble, he just throws up a prayer. Said Andrews is out there somewhere.
The year Andrews
Did you
spazzed.
see that pass that Kittle caught though, where he flipped it to himself? I think it was in the NFC Championship.
What are you talking about?
They're talking about crazy catches, like him going up and catching.
Oh,
You remember when
yeah.
he was like at midfield and he just tipped it to himself, like in between the defender?
Oh yeah, I remember
I
that.
want to say it's against the Eagles.
The Kittle play. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Trey? Sorry about that.
But I got Mark Andrews there because Travis Kelsey is unanimously always the best tight end in the league.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, he dethroned Kelsey that year. He had more yards, more touchdowns. He was a better tight end than Travis Kelsey. That's why I got him at 2.
Number 2.
Just 1 year of dethroning.
Kelsey might
Kelsey
eventually be
is
the best tight end ever.
I think he already is.
I
pretty
think he's
close.
better than Gronk, in my opinion.
That's the only one
Well,
that I
if
think
that's a
can draw
hot take for
comparisons.
everybody. You heard.
I mean,
it
Tony
first. Travis-
Gonzalez. I mean,
Yeah, I
if you're
get
talking
it,
about
but-
yards and stuff like that, but I mean, he didn't have as many championships.
He's
and stuff
he's
like
the Rob Gronkowski's like the only tight end I don't feel completely comfortable putting Kelsey over him. They're
Yeah,
on
the
same
only
level.
one. And he was the start of
But
the prototype.
he's going to play
for tight
longer
end.
than Rob, so I think he's going to eventually just clear Rob out of there.
All right.
Rob also had. They both
They both
had.
got-
Yeah, they both just have.
They had him at quarterback.
Him.
Who you got number 2?
I'm gonna pick Mark Andrews. Don't
Okay.
worry, he ain't gotta come across the table at me
We
yet.
we appreciate you put some respect on the
Yeah.
same.
It was
Just
close
for-
though. George Kittle's right behind him. Like,
Just
right
for the
here.
viewers to
George,
know, we got the number 2 tight end right behind me. We got Mark Andrews here, right up there.
I told you
representing.
that's his guy. That's his favorite position.
It's another unanimous because Mark Andrews, he's the number 2 tight end. He's the only one. And then last year with the tight ends, you didn't even have to be that great. You only had to have 2 big games to be a top 10.
Yeah.
Like it felt like last year with tight ends. So we're really picking
Y'all
from
got
a
good-
small list.
Yeah,
so
y'all-
Mark Andrews is clear in number 2.
Because Mark Andrews missed some time last year.
He did- he
And
missed
the
a
guy
couple
that's
games.
replacing him, he's gonna be a dog too.
Might
That's
add
why
that people
that's an
don't
honorable
know.
mention because he's a
Isaiah
dog.
Likely?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's. I think he gets a lot more playing time this year. But might add for those who don't know, Mark Andrews is a type 2 diabetic. So for him to put up those monster seasons and deal with, I don't say health issues because he's not healthy, but I mean that's a real thing. So.
Oh, yeah.
I just look at it like EV said last year. Tight ends were tough. Like he's the number 2 tight end, and he missed time last year. Like Waller missed time last year. Kyle Pitts had a fall off year after his review. It was tough for tight ends.
It's gonna be hard to even do.
He was
come up with
also
5
being
great
number
tight ends.
being number 2 with your quarterback being out,
Yeah.
the last.
I don't remember Waller playing.
No, he got hurt after like game 1.
He just never really did.
Fun fact: Darren Waller used to play for the Ravens. If you didn't know that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
He got a number 3 chair.
I feel like this will probably go unanimous too. I got George Kittle at number 3.
Old Georgie.
Pretty solid blocker, second best tight end blocker in the league in my opinion. He lays pancakes on anybody. Not,
George
not,
Kittle's that guy.
Yeah, he loves contact. Like he will run into your safety, your corner, your defensive tackle. He will block he'll pull, he'll lead block, he'll he can create a gap, and he's a very athletic receiver.
Even if he doesn't have a good game receiving the ball, he can still make a good impact.
Yeah, he makes great plays.
I got George Kittle too, so.
Same. Yeah, George Kittle in an offense where that a lot of mouths.
He could even run a jet sweep if you want him to.
Yeah, George Kittle can do it all. I got George Kittle number 4, but for the same reasons. But my favorite part about George Kittle is honestly to watch that after game press conference.
Yeah, he's.
I mean, I'd be saying some funny ass shit. Like I'll be waiting for the response.
Travis Kelce be saying some funny shit too.
No, I mean their podcast, him and Jason Kelsey's podcast. That's if you don't know, go check it out. So
who you got at 3?
Huh?
Who you got at 3 then?
Kittle. That's what I said.
No, you said 4.
Oh, I'm sorry, number 3.
You said I have him at number 4 though.
No,
Did you have somebody else in mind? Or you just changed your mind while you're talking about him?
No, I just said the wrong number. Sorry about that.
This is where I think it gets interesting at 4. I feel like my picks are kind of bland, but I like a lot of people to go here over these guys if anyone has another opinion. I got T.J. Hockenson above Darren Waller at 4. I think T.J. Hockenson is outside of the.
You got my notes over there?
Outside of the big 3, Kelsey, Andrews, and Kittle, I think he's the best tight end in the league overall.
I can't believe Detroit let him go to Minnesota. That's
Man,
crazy.
in the division?
in division is in the middle of the year.
Who's your backup? Can anyone in the room know tight end? Tight end on the Lions? Tight end on the Lions? Do you know one? I didn't think so. So what do we let him go for? In the division, we got to play you twice a year. That's ridiculous. He's the 4th best tight end in the league.
But hey, it is the Lions.
Yeah. On you, we got the same thing.
Oh, you got the same thing? So at number 4, I'm going Evan Ingram because Evan Ingram
had a
great end of the year, and he had a great year, especially in the second half. He showed me exactly what I think is going to come next season. What he was doing at the end of the season, it better. Ingram.
Also, the reason I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a better year than Lamar.
Yeah, I like that pick. I didn't have him on my list. I forgot about him, but I like that because he was nothing before then. Like he was on the Giants, and back in the day when Daniel Jones was on his second year, Saquon was young. They had Kenny Galladay, and I want to say Darius Slayton. Evan Ingram was their tight end. I said they had the best young core in football because I knew Evan Ingram was going to be good, and that just goes to show the today on part of this because Evan Ingram is going to spaz next year.
Yeah, he's going to spaz. Yep.
With Calvin Ridley, you just can't guard all them. And he's one of those tight ends that he might not be big, strong.
I forgot Calvin Ridley's on the Jags now. Let's go.
He might not be a Kittle-type blocker, Evan Ingram, but he is an athletic receiver, and I want to say he's like 6'6".
He's big.
Yes, sir.
What you got it for, Ryan?
This is going to be a hot take, but I kind of like the guy. I think he's got great talent. He reminds me a lot of Dennis Pitta. Dallas Goedert, Philadelphia.
Yes.
He's coming
That's
up.
not a hot take. He's pretty good.
I got him at number 4. I think he's coming up. For those who don't know, they got the tight end university that they put out in the camp there, in between, preseason and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
run by George Kittle and Travis Kelce.
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool thing they got going there. I think he tends that, gets a little bit better over the season. So, but that's who I got at number 4.
Like I said, I feel like my picks are pretty basic. I got Waller at 5. I think he has a good year as long as he stays healthy. Danny Dimes, I think he'll do all right over there. It's the first receiver he's ever had. It's the best receiver Daniel Jones has had in his career.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Before
that was Saquon.
As long as he stays
might I
healthy.
add.
Yeah.
Like, he was never supposed to be in a Giants uniform.
No.
Also, I don't know if Saquon's even going to be there next year, so Waller better do something.
I got Waller at 5, but like I said, it's pretty basic just because I think he'll have a good season. But I think Kyle Pitts has a resurgent season with Desmond Ridder, a rookie quarterback. Now you got a young quarterback, a young tight end. You got 2 guys on offense that are first, second year, Drake London and Desmond Ridder. Kyle Pitts is the oldest guy there. I feel like he'll lead the offense into something. I don't know. I think
so.
And I like Dalton Schultz. I think wherever he goes, if he stays, he's signed. I feel like he signed somewhere. If not, he's a free agent.
Yes, he signed with, I want to say, in-division rival.
I just know
Redskins?
that. I'll look it up real quick. I just know that wherever he goes, he'll be a good tight end threat. He was good for the Cowboys.
I was just looking at Dalton Schultz.
And I think could be in there as top 5 tight end. But
Who you got, Big Timmy?
For number 5, I'm going to go with... Man, it's so difficult. Because there's a lot
Houston.
of decent...
Yeah, I seen that.
Houston.
I was going to say it.
Yeah, he stayed in Texas. That's what it was. I think I'm going to go Dalton Schultz. There's just so many good... there's no, super great tight ends, but there's a lot of good young guys that are going to develop really well in the future.
Joe Mixon just now
I seen
will
that.
be expected to take a pay cut, and if not, will
If
be
he
let
doesn't,
go.
he said hit the road, Jack.
Damn,
Man, the Eagles need to pick up him.
that's crazy. What's going on with that guy? But
Yeah.
at my number 5, see, I was gonna go this guy until Ryan over here he convinced me Dallas Goedert is my number 5. But I was gonna go Zach Ertz. I think Zach Ertz
Oh yeah, he's
puts-
solid. He's
puts-
been solid.
puts
getting up there.
solid games every
He
time.
does put up solid games, but he's
Yeah.
getting up there.
He's
Yeah,
age.
he's getting up there, and I
If he
think
Well,
sees
Zach
the field,
Ertz-
like he said, he'll put
He was
numbers up.
playing in the Super Bowl with the Eagles when they went a couple of years back.
Yeah, isn't he? He's older than the rest of the tight ends on our list.
Yeah,
except-
yeah,
I
he's
mean,
getting up there. Like,
No, he's younger than the rest of them.
No.
He's younger than Kelsey,
I mean,
and he's younger than Kittle.
He's definitely not.
He's young. He's younger than your tight end too,
No.
Mark Andrews. Yes, he is.
Who are you talking about?
Zach
Zach
Ertz.
Ertz is younger than Mark Andrews. I'm almost positive.
I don't think so. I think Zach Ertz is like 34.
You think Zach
Zach
Ertz
Ertz is 32.
30?
Okay, how old is Pitta?
Pitta?
We don't have to.
Not Pitta. Sorry.
Andrews.
Mark Andrews is 27.
Wow, I just feel like Mark Andrews has
Zach
been playing
Ertz has
forever.
been in the league
For
for
a
a
long
second.
time,
I
yeah.
really feel like I feel like Mark Andrews has been in the league
But
forever.
like he said,
He
though,
got
every
drafted-
time he sees the field, he got picked up by the Cardinals. I didn't think it would be nothing.
Lamar
He
and
spazzed his first
Mark
game.
Andrews got drafted the same year.
the same year.
Same year. Hayden Hurst.
Maybe it's just
Because he was the
Ravens tight
second
end
tight
thing.
end we took off the board.
yeah.
So, but
He got a 5.
I got Waller. Given that the Giants for some reason don't do him justice, but I don't see where you couldn't.
Ryan
but,
said he'd come back home if he wants to.
I mean, I'm a firm believer. Sometimes the system with football is just as big as it is in basketball. So
Right.
Right.
I think as long as he does well, I got him at number 5. Well, I think that's going to wrap us up here for today. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you for our special guest, EB. He'll
Yes,
be on
sir.
plenty more, but that's it for us today. You guys have a good night.